Hello everyone, if you're short, angry at rats, and have a beard, you're in the right place. We're going to be continuing the Malakai Makaisson campaign. And we've still got a pretty big war going on, obviously, with the Skaven, but we're going to be starting some new ones as well. We have some money to spend. I think I'm going to continue to try and make my Oath Gold more and more ludicrous all the time. I think that's my objective. We got a whole bunch of new trade agreements, though, so we are swimming in trade money right now. We should probably be building defenses, too, where we get the opportunity. Let's see, like right here is a good opportunity for some more Oath Gold. Misty Mountain, this is definitely right down in the thick of it. It's a little bit risky to be building this stuff, but if we can build it successfully and defend this area, then it will help us. So I actually will spend that money. I'm not going to... Oh yeah, I will. I'll make one more spend right there. Let's skip any more buildings. Let's check our movement points for our armies. Don't think we're gonna have anybody. Oh, by the way, thank you for the comments back. I've been asking about what you all think is going on with the vampire army. What the consensus, well, I say the consensus, there was a comment to me that kind of made sense, which was they think that we confederated the faction who had started building this. And so the vampires are looking to be at war with them and not us, because it's kind of like scripted to go to war with whoever built the building. And so they're thinking that they're probably just going to be permanently bugged out like that, which is certainly possible. One person suggested maybe you should go back and garrison in Silver Pinnacle and see if that triggers them. So I'll try that. But I kind of agree that something's bugged out, and that makes sense that that would have been it. It seems like a bug that CA should probably address. Not in a game-breaking thing, but it's kind of annoying. And honestly, fighting those vampires would help me a lot right now towards what I need to do, and it won't let me. So anyway, thanks for the feedback on that. Let's go ahead and end our turn. All right, we made it through that turn-in with the only real thing of note that you all might be excited about, which I was excited about, which is the Ripperhorn tribe got caught with their pants down. We killed them, and now they are finally dead. But we also found a Skaven Undercity. That's annoying, so we're going to have to just kiss our money goodbye to the send all of your money to the Horned Rat Fund. But fortunately for us, we are making a tremendous amount because they just stole 3,000 there. And they are going to steal some more here at Doomglade. So enjoy your free money. So 6,000 gold we had to sacrifice to the altar of the Horned Rat. Pretty disgusting, but at the same time, like I said, really not shocked that that's the way this worked. I have a non-aggression pact, but he really does not want me to have military access, and I don't understand why he was so opposed to it. We have a trade agreement and a non-aggression pact, so military access would just make sense for him, I guess, unless he sees this territory down here is like the only place that he can expand. I can't successfully move underground all the way there either. I don't think. I could move to right here. That's my territory, and then I might be able to plop underground into here. So we'll try that. We can see that Tzeentch is coming to attack me with one of his charioteers here. That looks like an annoying army, to be sure, but we will cut it down with some crossbows. And of course, we were attacked up here at Death Gorge by Sartorial, or is that Sartorial? Yeah, Sartorial. We can go attack him too. I'm just busy doing some recruiting here. We do have a lot going on, so we're going to need to keep an eye on many flanks all at the same time. Grombrindle is in the vicinity now. That is a lot of Skaven all in one vicinity. Plus, they probably have pretty good reinforcements at Dingokraka, so I'm not sure I want to just go for it all right there. Why are we suffering attrition here? Recent event, Skaven Plague? Yeah, mutagenic energies. Enables attrition for this army regardless of immunities. Now that's really cool. So the Skaven get to make my army utterly useless for 4 straight turns, and no immunity is going to help us. Really, really cool mechanic, CA. I mean, because the Skaven really weren't annoying as it is. Like, I mean, in fact, they're really fun. Like, their mechanics are super fun. So having a way to make my army have to retreat for 4 straight turns definitely is fun, and they should add more of that to the game, because that's definitely something that players want. They say, you know what, I love having my campaign slowed down for at least 5 turns, because I'm going to have to wait the 4 turns for it to be over with, and then maybe a turn or 2 to replenish all that mess. And that really adds value to me as a player. Like, I love mechanics that waste my time and slow. Okay, does this make any sense? Like, y'all get where I'm going with that one. So why do we put stuff like that in the game? Why do we do that? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't agree with it, clearly. And I would love to see that changed. I'm a little bit concerned here. Shagrath doesn't really have much of a defense. I think I'm going to move up here, but I think ideally what we need to do is we need to kill these guys all in the same turn. These guys are probably trying to sail in behind me because I wouldn't give them a peace treaty, and I'm not going to give them a peace treaty under any circumstances anyway. I will go ahead and let's move over here with Grombrindle, hide him. I had to just run away with the other army, so again, thank you for those cool mechanics, CA. Really appreciate it. We're waiting on the replenishment here. Let's finish up triangulation. And let's see what else we can do here. So we finally got rid of the Beastmen menace that had been, I mean, it's probably been 30 or 40 turns that Oldus has been chasing these guys around the Chaos Waste, so it's nice to see them gone. Let's do a Stubborn Defiance here, and let's get... Oh, there we go.
To doom, then.
Let's see. Grimnir. All right.
I must fulfill my
Ungrim Iron Fist. So Ungrim finished off Crooked Moon. Kugath is possibly going to be an issue, but it looks like the ogres are attacking him, so I might let them go ahead and kill off the disgusting filth. And I mean, there's Skaven here at Nagash Year, so I may just go ahead and go take care of them. I know it's a war we don't have to make, but I mean, it is Skaven, and they deserve all the grudges. So I think that's going to have to be a thing. I've been torn on whether to send this army to Cathay to help them finish off Clan Eshin, because that is going to be a piece of what we're going to require. And it looks like Valkia is working for the Changeling, or not the Changeling, he's working for Village. So we're going to have some issues there. I'm going to actually... I think I am going to start bouncing towards Cathay here and see what we can do. It's going to be a long journey to Cathay. We're still in probably somewhat of a dangerous position here. I don't know, it looks like a lot of their armies went back. How much movement points would it take me to get here? A lot. Would be concerning, yeah, they can strike back at me, almost certainly. I can't get in over my head over here until we get reinforcements. And I'd really like to sneak all these reinforcements in. If we get both armies here, the Skaven will be in big trouble. Now, we have not fought Clan Scryer yet, which means they're going to have a Warp Bomb. For any of you not familiar with this goofy mechanic, they start with a Warp Bomb in the campaign, and they do not ever use it in an auto-resolve. And since only the player can fight a battle with them, only the player gets to be the recipient of that Warp Bomb. So the first time you fight Clan Scryer, you will get hit with a Warp Bomb. Which means that you can consider some of your units auto-deleted, and there's literally nothing that you can do about it. Again, another fun mechanic that you get to play against from the Skaven. Now, that said, I do like using the Warp Bomb as the Skaven. The trade-off, obviously, for the Warp Bomb is that it's extremely expensive and difficult to generate, but in this case, the AI just gets one for free, which again kind of breaks that mechanic a little bit, but regardless, we need to be aware of that. So I'm mostly staring at it as something that we have to be aware of and ready to face. Hopefully the underways will open again soon. I don't remember how long they are closed. Let's see the cooldown. Okay, it's closed for 7 turns. But that's probably okay, because it's going to take me a number of turns to get that army down here anyway, and it's finishing up recruiting. Belagar is going to stay put. If anything, though, I'm going to move him back just a hair where we're within reinforcing range of each other. So let's do that. And then it says we have buildings available, which we do indeed. pretty sure these Norskins are going to come attack me at these small settlements, and they'll probably succeed. But I'm not terribly concerned about that ultimately. Castalton's right there. Weird that Castalton never took over this large settlement when I just left it sitting in his lap. So I guess that he doesn't appreciate freebies. I don't know. Kind of hard to understand the mind of Castalton there. I'm gonna improve our growth and then go ahead and set this one to build, and that'll be good. I'm spending a lot of money in the coal mines because we may kick off a war here shortly in the north, as if I don't have enough wars as it is. That's just gonna be the way things are. Let's end our turn. All right, we made it through the turn-in without too much action. Carl wanted an alliance with us, which is good. I kind of expected we would have bounced into some Skaven, but we didn't. So I went ahead and moved forward Belegar and his reinforcing army here. So I moved them up, and we are in a position to try and take the fight to Clan Scryer. It's not going to be easy, but with two armies, we certainly have a chance. Any one army we have is going to really struggle against the Skaven, and it's because they're just going to have... they'll just overrun us. Basically, like, you can kill some of their armies, sometimes two of their armies, but it depends on exactly what they have. If they have enough monsters, they'll just run through your line and attack your missiles. Plus, you're going to have to deal potentially with the Menace Below being summoned on your missiles. And essentially, if they can close the distance and get into an, like if you have an army that requires its damage to be done by missiles, yeah, see, fun mechanic here, huh? We just get to retreat. We should have a pretty sizable garrison here in case they come after me at Black Crag. I'll go ahead and build that so that we have additional settlement. I'll take the additional gold and trade goods, and we'll just go ahead and spend our money here. Speaking of spend, we now have a ton of Oath Gold. Let's go in and start forging up some new equipment. I would definitely could use some armor and weapons, but healing is obviously going to be a big deal. There might be some of these Skaven battles where it just comes down to our leadership surviving, potentially, and so this is going to make us survivable. So I'm going to get the old guards. I'm just going to get... Let's see, we should be able to do 6 of each, I think, at this point. So that was 1, and where's our 2? It's going to take a minute here. This is not going to be quick. I wish they had a quicker way of doing this. Four. 6. All right. I wish I would have done this earlier in the campaign, like focus more on Oath Gold, but we were also trying to get more just like regular money, but I think we should have just focused on both because there's a value in having all of these items, making your army stronger and runes and stuff like that. 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. All right, and then we'll save whatever Oath Gold we have left. I do have enough for 1 more. Maybe I'll use it to forge up like an epic weapon or something. Perfect Vigor. It's okay. It's not amazing. Chilling Aura is actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and forge that up. The Gatekeeper's Hammer, and we can put that to use on someone because we are missing a lot of those. Okay, so we used up our forge stuff. Let's first of all go over here and make sure that everybody going up against Clan Scryer is decked out with as much healing as they can get because we're going to want it, and we definitely don't have that yet in this army. So the Gatekeeper's Hammer we do not need on Belegar because he has his own unique weapon. Old Guard Tankard. And we're going to hit the enchanted item here. I'm going to grab us an Iron Warden. Yeah, we're going to go take a look here at the Iron Warden Tankard. Very nice. Do we have character runes? Couple. Might as well. put some of those runes there. There we go. I'll just throw some of those runes in, and then we've got Belagar's army. Let's go find him. There he is.
What?
We've already got the Old Guard and the Iron Warden on this guy. He needs armor. I don't know that we have any armor unless we picked it up in a recent battle. We have not. However, we may have picked up some garbage. Silver Horn of Vengeance is kind of stupid. Miner's Drinking Horn is kind of lame. Let's see whether we get an armor out of it. We did. And it's not a bad one. It's the Helm of Discord, in fact. That's a pretty decent armor. I like me a Helm of Discord, and we will put that to use, assuming that it's going to show me where it's at. Tainted Equip Armor. Can we not put, like, what happened? Helm of Discord. I don't understand. Like, where is it at? It should have put it right here. Can this guy not wear armor? Sort by available? Equipable? No. Equipable. Unequipped. Alright, there we go. Helm of Discord. Okay, so it was just sorted weird. There we go. That hammer's actually not bad. We'll just keep that hammer on him. And let's head to our next guy here. Again, we're not going to have a lot of stuff. Let's go ahead and put the Old Guard tankard and the Iron Warden tankard. And put this Rune of Shielding there, and then we can put that Gatekeeper hammer on. We don't have any armor, but Seed of Rebirth is actually pretty decent. Let's fuse these two. Yeah, we picked up another armor. Awesome. It's, again, a pretty good one. Armor of Silvered Steel there. I'm going to go back, and I think this does the sort for me, the unequipped. Yep, Armor of Silvered Steel. There we go. Weapon Stream and fighting against Skaven might actually be pretty good. But we don't need it because we got the Old Guard and the Iron Wardens that we're putting on everybody, so I think we'll actually fuse these. Well, Talisman of Endurance. Yeah, let's fuse it. See what we get out of it. Oh, sweet, another armor. Well, it's a Trickster's Helm. That actually kind of sucks. Well, never mind. It's a lot better than the Trickster's Shard that I'm familiar with. We do have the ability to put a hand weapon on here, which all we have is Warrior's Bane, but that's something, and we will definitely take it. All right, so we've got Belagar's army suited up here with the right healing. Let's check out this army. All right, we got the Old Guard's tankard there. And let's see, where is this guy? Right here. His Thane needs this stuff. So Iron Warden, Old Guard. I do not have any more armor or weapons available at the moment. So that's about the best I can do. We're just going to start checking out some of these other characters until we find the people who need this stuff. We could use a Iron Warden's tankard on Gotrek. Felix. They both have the Talisman of Preservation, which I'm actually gonna leave there. But we'll put the Old Warden's tankard on them. And let's get a Old Guard's tankard here. Don't want it there. Old Guard tankard there. Okay. Seed of Rebirth is a decent one if no one has, like, if someone has something that's like not equipped at all. Go ahead and throw that on there. Okay, there we go. So I did a little bit of equipping. We've got our healing basically as maxed as we can get it. We want to make sure that we're healing. Okay, sweet. One of the Druchii armies came to garrison Shagrath. As expected, these guys sailed on past me looking to go to Trollfjord, and we'll see whether Kastalton wants to intercept them. If he does or doesn't, I'm not super worried about it. I am going to bring Malakai forward and attack here. I'm going to declare war. I'm not going to call my allies. I'm not going to make them fight that. And we risk them potentially turning against me. We just don't need them to make this fight. We are going to get reinforcements from only one of our armies. I figured it would be both. And does that That additional army does not have any thunder barges. Let's encircle and really put the beat down here. I want to do this one because we could potentially have a triple thunder barge situation here. Yes. All right, we can go triple thunder barge now against Crone Hellebron, and I intend to. All right, I'm gonna see if I can spear Crone Hellebron. She's flying around, pretty easy target. Oh yeah, we connected the spear. I'm gonna move these flyers back towards the safety of my main line because I imagine we're gonna garner some very unwanted attention very quickly here. We do have a pretty significant ranged advantage. We destroyed those Cold One chariots right off the bat, which is fantastic. I'm gonna target this Charybdis, and that is gonna be the next object of my affection here. Affection, not a word that should be carelessly bandied around whenever Crone Hellebron is on the battlefield, because, of course, having affection for something that gross and leathery would be pretty frightening. Oh my gosh, here comes the bombardments. All right, so they definitely have a Black Arc. In case anybody was wondering, it's here. I saw those just in the nick of time, and that means that there's going to be more, and we're going to have to watch out for that. And it'll probably become impossible to watch out for it at some point. We took out a Charybdis. I'm going to target the Crone, and let's go that route. Let's sit play here. See if I can turn my Thunders out here and try and put some shots on these Dark Riders. Ooh, Crone Hellebron is under heavy fire right now. We're not hitting her, though. She was kind of dodging around a little bit there. All right, we got some good hits on the Dark Riders. Would have been better to hit those Cold One Knights. But, nonetheless, we got some good damage done there. I'm going to, again, slow it down for just a second. Let's take our steam copters out here and get ready for a little cleanup work on these Cold One Knights. Our reinforcements arrived just now as well, and that's going to mean I've got a lot of stuff to handle all at once. Good for me, though, these gyrocopters have arrived. We're going to bring those in. So this is Thorgrim's reinforcements, which mean I now have double Thunder Barge, by the way. We now have 2 Thunder Barges. Well, as soon as it shows up on the screen, it hasn't quite. All right. Again, sorry for the pausing, but there's just going to be way too much going on, and there's just not much else I can do. So let's bring our forces up. I'm going to start trying to set up a line. I might head out here towards the cavalry with some of my Slayers and Doom Seekers, since those are going to be pretty powerful units. We're going to pull these over here. And again, just kind of pull some of my units into a position over here to safety. And then Thorgrim himself and his engineer can kind of just maybe charge in here and help me out. Okay, here we go. Start ripping up some of these Cold One Knights. These are very dangerous units. These are Grudge Settler Slayers. We're going to come into them. Oh, crap. There comes the bombardments, and that is going to hurt. That is going to hurt. I'm going to summon the Spirit of Grungni over here. Bring a little bit of support in with both Thunder Barges. Ow. All right, did we kill the Crone? Basically. So she is all but fleeing at this point. That is really good. Yeah, she should, well, she's healing. I might get my cannons. Let's let them fire here real quick. We're taking a lot of fire, but our units should be very powerful here. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna need to pull my guns back to safe. And all right, so let's get back into operation. We wrecked those knights that were flanking us, so let's get these copters and the thunder barge moving off of the right direction, our 2 thunder barges over here drove back the cavalry charge that was assaulting our flank. And now we can just start taking the thunder barges right over the top of the main line. I'm thinking I'm going to take my cannons and target that right there. I've got some units that are going a little too far forward. They're running into enemy lines here. I want you to shoot this, please. Let's see if we can move in here. The Charybdis got bombed out by the cannons. I'm gonna start targeting those Reaper bolt throwers, and then I'm gonna bring our thunder barges in. I don't know how much good it'll do, but I'm gonna try these spear attacks on these bolt throwers, just see if we get lucky and score. Oh yeah, that worked really well, in fact. Wow. Okay, well, we had some serious firepower there, and that was a lot to control all at once. I am gonna, well, there's really no need to pursue the enemy here with our thunder barges, because all these units are gonna die because we attacked them in a settlement. There we go. So our thunder barges were definitely very useful here. Got a lot of gyros in here too. And Malakai did really well up front as well. He did quite nicely. In fact, I'm going to use his little heal here to go ahead and pull the hit points back on that thunder barge, so it'll just be ready for the next fight. His Persuader, I think, as he calls it. So, all right, that's good results. Definitely what we wanted, and we definitely did well here. All right, well, that was a decisive victory, if ever there were a decisive victory, and there was, because it was right there. So we're going to occupy this settlement. There's no need to sack it. The amount of oath gold that we get now is trivial from those versus what we pick up from just regular operations here. I am concerned about this Black Ark out here. And I do have 2 armies that can go attack it. It's in a Dread expansion stance. I think it could run away, but let's make a run for it. Let's see if we can get it. If we can kill this Black Ark, it would mean it won't be able to reinforce anymore, and it won't be able to go raid our coastal settlements. So I'm gonna double attack the Black Ark here, and we'll have Thunder Barge versus Black Ark. It's going to flee. Can we catch it? I can get into reinforcement range. Well, not quite. We can catch it. The trick here is going to be getting all the way into reinforcement range. We're not... I don't think it's counting that as reinforcements. I'm going to have to move just a hair farther forward, which is really irritating. That should count. Yep, there we go. So now I'll be able to get it. It can't get away from me. However, one of my armies is going to be in a forced march, which is going to make it tired. But we should have another easy kill here. All right, I have a battle ready to go. I'm going to start my cannons within range of the enemy. Rather intentionally, I'm going to move up to guard this position. I did start really close to the enemy here. They are going to be able to do a lot of damage to the Thunder Barge, but I also left some other Vanguard deploy units up here to kind of have some fun with them, just because I think we can. So a considerable number of Witch Elves headed our direction. I actually think I'm going to swap the cannons over to Grape Shot and just let them start ripping the infantry to shreds as it approaches. These Doom Seekers will not have any trouble shredding up key enemy units. I was going to chase those, but I can't. I'm going to have to come over here and engage this infantry, much as I don't want to. But I'm going to continue this push here with my flyers. Just because I can, and I don't really think there's much the AI can do about it. My Doom Seekers are going to get a tremendous number of kills over there. I do have reinforcements on the way. Thorgrim is kind of the one making the initial approach here. I'm going to start targeting missile units with Grape Shot. Okay, and all my cannons, by the way, need to be on a defensive stance. And yeah, we should be good here. Should be good. I've got my flank secured. I'm gonna go ahead and charge in right there. All right, yeah, the enemy's getting shredded over here, as I kind of thought that they would, with the Thunder Barge and gyros, and I have the great weapon rangers here, the Ulthar's Raiders. I'm gonna really rip into the Druchii good here. Or yeah, our reinforcements are gonna be mostly unnecessary at this point. When I say mostly, I mean pretty much entirely unnecessary at this point. I'm gonna head up here and just start crushing skulls. Yeah, there is really nothing that the AI can do. My cannons got in a weird wonky position here. Let's see if I can fix that. All right, so some bombardments coming in. That's definitely a last resort for the AI here, because we have bested them in every other way. My Doom Seekers shredded all that infantry that came towards them, despite some of that infantry actually being, you know, decently well suited for causing some damage to me. They are not going to end up in a great place. My cannon's grape shot now is definitely finding a good home. I'm gonna summon the Spirit of Grungni. We're within range here. Might as well. Battle's not over. My reinforcements are there. Again, no real need to move them though at this point, because there's just not going to be any enemies left over to fight against. My cannons did indeed clear up all the Corsair handbows. And the Spirit of Grungni is now over here enjoying some time amongst the Druchii as well. One, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Oh yeah, direct hit with the Zephyr 42 pounders. I'm going to bring in all the gyros, all of the flying things here. Come on. There we go. We've got a chain route going. So we took some damage with the Spirit of Grungni, but not the worst thing in the world. I think it actually, I don't know if it gets the heals that the other one does. It might get those heals. I don't know why we're struggling to put as much damage down on this thing. So we should be able to. I mean, I would think the bombs. Yep, there we go. That did the trick. I think the Lord still being alive for the Druchii is also causing some issues. That was not a typical Druchii battle, because of course they were way heavier on. They were way heavier. Oh, you know what would be funny here actually? Let's bring my Doom Seekers in to give this guy a bit of a visit. Yeah, there we go. This Dreadlord, he's unbreakable. Let's just see how unbreakable he is. Let's see how unbreakable he is. Let's see who likes to tangle with Doom Seekers. And my guess is that he doesn't. Like, he's not really going to appreciate tangling with Doom Seekers. I don't think he can get away from them either. They're faster. And we should get charge speed. I'm trying to keep him away from all my flying gadgetry because I don't want him to get shot by it. I want to hack him to bits with dual axes, and I love the glowing woad all over our dwarves here. I don't know what that is, but oh yeah, you are screwed, brother. He's gonna be in some major pain here. Woo, get wrecked, fool. All right, there we go. We're gonna dig in here and chop up some more Druchii Lord. He just got hacked up bad right there. Yeah, the Brotherhood here is gonna be exceptionally good at this particular work. That heavily armored Dreadlord is not gonna last. So there we go. Well, that was another savage beatdown, and again, that Blackheart can't escape because it had already retreated. So that is just tough luck for them, and I'm gonna sail back over here where I'm not suffering attrition. So I'll be able to rejoin my other armies shortly. So the Druchii off to a rough start in their battle against the Masters of Innovation. And this is a tough nut to crack back here with the Skaven, because they've just got a lot of their forces all in one place. And then I had to fall back with this other army, and so it kind of puts me in a tougher position here. I'm thinking I might take this army. I'm gonna take this army underground to join Grombrindle, they might draw in a Skaven attack. Now, the downside of that Skaven attack is that they can sometimes ambush you without you being able to see them. I'm going to sneak in over here. This seems like a lower risk sneak. See if we can sneak towards Crooked Fang Fort. And then let's take a look at... Yep, Thorak can move in. Highvold here, Sotek's Trail. I think we can take these guys. I'm going to move into Tzeentch territory. Try and take the fight to them before they can bring the fight to me. And we're going to leave Gromby there, unassigned skill points. Let's take care of these. So Thorgrim is at skill point number 46. We cannot give him any more on Mentor at the moment. We can give another Wound Maker here, which is making Thorgrim extremely potent in melee. That's exactly the kind of potent we want when in melee. Oldest here, picking up some skill points. Army 1. All right. What else? We got a skill point here. Got the Hack and Slash finished up, which is a nice one. Let's go with Mentor again. And our first skill point here, we got Break Open the Cast. Let's do a Triangulation. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so as far as research goes, I don't have the 250 Oath Gold because we just spent it all. So I'm going to do this improved blast charges here. Not that it's going to do me a lot of good. I'm just kind of doing it at the moment because I'm busy elsewhere and none of this other stuff looks insanely important. I mean, this one's actually not too bad. Let's do that one right there. Another lord that hasn't moved. So we garrisoned the Silver Pinnacle and nothing has changed. And that was kind of like the one remaining suggestion that we try. Now, this army is very poorly built for dealing with Skaven. I mean, maybe okay at dealing with vampires with the Goblin Hewers that way, but I think this is a little bit ridiculous. I like these Giant Slayers. Those are always handy. This standard Dwarf Warrior is not going to be much good. These units are good. This unit's not going to do me a whole lot of good. I do like Slayer Pirates for protection, but I have a lot of Slayers at this point, so I may cut out a Giant Slayer, and I'll leave these other two Slayer Pirates. We're a little bit heavy on shorter ranged artillery. I'm going to keep the organ guns because I haven't used much of them. And I'm going to come in here into the global recruitment queue. This will give me a chance to see whether the vampires are going to do anything, because I'm going to go pull some units out of the global recruitment. And what else do we want here? I don't really have a main line of infantry. I don't think we're going to be... Yeah, we've got some good mainline infantry here. Iron Breakers would make a great front line. We're up at 19 at 20 here. I do have a single Quarreler unit in here. I'd rather have the Great Weapon variant because they double over into melee nicer. There we go. That army will be a lot better at that point for fighting kind of just more general fights. It was doing quite good against ogres, which we may end up fighting again before this is all said and done. It's hard to say, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to skip what little bit is left. End us another turn here. And immediately Tzeentch comes out to play, and that's fine. I welcome this opportunity. We haven't gotten to use Thorak yet. Let's see here. Rune of Dismay. Who can we put it on? It has to go... so the Rune of Dismay is going to give a terror to a unit. That would be a cool one to put... But here, I don't have any Slayers in this army. Melee attack +6. Missile strength +20 for a non-grudge settler artillery unit. Bombards the area around the caster. Let's do this one here. Spell resistance and perfect vigor. That'd probably be good on a hammer. And then missile resistance +20%, ward save 10. So missile resistance, again, probably good on a hammer. Because they discourage contact effect. That would probably be good on an Iron Breaker. Physical resistance. Yeah, we'll just throw it here, so we'll throw that on all of our infantry. All right, we should be good to go. Let's give these guys a beating. All right, it's time to get this battle underway. The enemy is deploying way back in the corner, waiting on their reinforcements. It's an interesting decision, possibly the right one. I could move my cannons up closer, and I think I probably will, since they're waiting on reinforcements regardless. I'm going to push those cannons up, try and get us in range sooner. The terrain's a little bit awkward here, but we can work with it. I don't see very good range on any of these enemy units. Now, they probably can shoot me with the pink and purple fire crap that they do from some of their casters. I'm going to attempt to shoot this cockatrice and see if we can get their attention, and we, I think, certainly will here shortly.
Stop firing!
All right, let them have it. We'll probably mostly nuke that cockatrice here. I want those dead. Launch it. Send it. That was amazingly resistant. I don't know what in the world gave it that kind of resistance to my Trollhammer torpedoes. Maybe we missed with a bunch of the torpedoes? I don't know. That was very odd to see that much resistance to a Trollhammer torpedo. Maybe we're just missing a lot of hits. Not really sure what else that is. Put a spear of Grungni out here. Oh boy, yeah, that did it. It must have just been a miss with the Trollhammers. Yeah, it must have just been a miss. There we go. All right, well, the cockatrice won't be very easy for us to hit, apparently. I'm gonna push this whole lot a little bit farther forward, but then I'm gonna undo the cannon selection and then push everything up in front of the cannons. Normally, you don't really want to come up that close. For whatever reason, we are not scoring as big a hits as I would expect in some of these units. I would love to hurt their lord very badly prior to the battle. He's going to be very dangerous to dwarves, high armor. We are causing almost no damage to their lord there. Our cannons just got inside of range. Ooh, Thunderbarge just got some range there too. I'm kind of shocked how poorly the Trollhammer torpedoes are functioning here. Maybe we're not scoring good hits? I don't know what that is. I mean, normally the Trollhammer torpedoes just absolutely nuke stuff. Oh wow, I flew right in front of the cannonballs and absorbed 2 big hits. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Somehow I didn't lose an entity there, which is somewhat impressive by itself. And I'm going to back up and let my cannons do some work. We have just range on all their general units. They are going to try and spread out and get around me. That makes sense. They have a tremendous number of units. I'm going to do some work like this. And I think I'm going to leave my Rune Lord kind of up here in the front. All right, so my Thunderbarge is retreating. The cannons are doing their thing. And there are many targets for my cannons to choose from. I suppose I'm going to try and hit that cockatrice. I'm going to try and give my Quarreler some better angles. All right, we got rid of those shrieking sky rays there. All right, here comes a cockatrice inbound. Let's target the cockatrice. There are some Centigores of Tzeentch manking for that flank as well. I am going to use a Master Rune of Slow on their chariot. Try and get some more. We are going to need to deal with a number of blue horrors and pink horrors. Centigores trying to go, probably try and get all the way around me here. All right, this is where things are going to get a little bit crazy. Their leader is getting hit by my troll hammers, and it's fairly effective. Got another rune of slowness I'm going to put in over here. They are getting centigores in and around me, and they got one of my cannons, of course. Despite having been targeted by missiles, they got through almost completely clean. Somehow, some way. They're not doing a lot of damage to my Thunder Barge, despite the horrendous amount of fire that is under. I'm gonna put a spear on their leader as he flees there. We got 2 Centigore charges back here, so that's undesirable to say the least. But I am driving one of them away. It's probably gonna come back for seconds.